Hey, I'm Steven and this is Solving the Money Problem. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. So in this video, I'll be sharing exactly how much YouTube paid me for 30 million total video views. I'll also share all of the tips and tricks I've learned about monetizing across a YouTube channel, and I'll also share how I spent or invested the money. So let's get into the video. But first, hey guys, if you'd like to help out the channel and get up to 2 free stocks, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account, you'll get 1 free stock valued up to $250 just for opening an account. And if you fund your account with $100, you'll get a second free stock valued up to $1,600. Unless you don't like free stocks, that is. And if you're in Australia, the UK or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake also using the link in the description. Let's get back to it. So why did I start this YouTube channel in the first place? Quite simply, for meaning and purpose. So we have to wind the clock back a little bit to 2018. I just officially retired after working my face off. I mean, like you just wouldn't believe, like a maniac with a maniacal focus on one goal: achieve financial independence as soon as possible. I went to extreme lengths, barely slept for a number of years, worked at a million different side hustles, whatever it took, literally sleeping on friends' couches, doing anything I possibly could to save money to achieve this goal of financial independence. So in 2018, I sold all my stuff, closed down my finance business, booked a one-way ticket to South America, and officially retired. However, within 6 months of retiring, I was already bored and trying to figure out where to from here. What should I be doing with my life? I have a long overarching goal of having a significant positive impact on 1 billion people. That is my guiding light in life. So I decided to head to the jungles of Peru, do some ayahuasca ceremonies, and ask one question: where to from here? The result of that was this YouTube channel. It's the first step in having a positive impact on 1 billion people. The irony of this video about how much income I've earned on YouTube is that when I first started the channel, I didn't actually expect I'd ever be eligible to be monetized because I misunderstood YouTube's policy. I thought because I swear like a sailor and I also don't mind hitting the packs and I'm not shy about either of those things, that I'd be ineligible to monetize my videos. Not quite correct. It does mean that less advertisers are willing to advertise on my videos. I have to tick a box saying I swore, I made a joke about drugs, etc. But it doesn't completely eliminate me from being able to monetize my videos. Certainly reduces the total income earned, but initially when I started this channel, I was just focused on meaning and purpose. So it turns out every cent of the income I've earned that I'll be sharing with you guys today is completely unexpected, but hey, I'm not going to say no to income. So what we're looking at here is the first 3 months approximately of the channel. 4.5 million views, absolutely unbelievable start to the channel. My very first video was posted on the 22nd of November. We can see there was 23 views, then the following day 10 views, then 3 views the following day. Spectacular start. But of course, as I mentioned, this channel is about meaning and purpose. I'm not really fussed about views or subscribers, so I persisted, continued to create content. My second video, after a few days, was picked up by the YouTube algorithm, and suddenly going from 400 views and 100 views up to 14,000, 30,000, 45,000, 75,000, over 100,000 views on that video in a single day. Then a bit of a decline, another viral video in January, then a bit more of a decline, but I continued to post videos consistently. Obviously, my Cybertruck is Engineering Genius video that went viral reached over 1 million people. That video propelled this channel to enough views and subscribers alone, just on the back of that one video, to be eligible for monetization, so I turned ads on as well, which we'll move over to now. You can see after monetization was on, the first day I went from $0 to $125, then up to $400, then it declined into the 200s, then into the 100s, then that second viral video. Again, we had a day there of over $400 of revenue, just truly unbelievable with somebody that's just started a YouTube channel who never even expected to be monetized. I posted very consistently throughout the month, probably averaging somewhere around $150 to $200 per day, with a big spike towards the end of the month. So the grand total in income earned from ad revenue for the first 3 months of this channel, $15,858 from 4.5 million views. In the following 90-day period, despite me posting at least twice as many videos as the previous period, only received 2.7 million views compared to 4.5 million in the prior period. However, we'll note a huge spike here. I had a single video that went quite viral in that period. Turns out that this particular video had very high ad rates. It was on Tesla Insurance, and apparently the rates advertisers will pay for keywords relating to insurance in videos on YouTube is quite high. You can see this huge spike in views, then things drop off a little bit. I was still quite consistent, posting very regularly, not quite once a day, but as often as I possibly could. Let's move over now to the income for the month. We can see that single video relating to Tesla Insurance brought in over $1,000 in ad revenue in a single day, and either side of that quite a bit of revenue too. In total, I think this video now has produced around maybe even $4,500 of ad revenue for its lifetime. Crazy. We can see throughout the rest of the month, despite posting consistently, no huge spikes like that Tesla insurance one there. $100 a day, 200, 80, 40, somewhere around that range. So in its second 3 months, this channel generated $18,719 of income of just 2.7 million views. Some of you might be wondering, hang on a minute, wasn't the last 90 days like 4.5 million views and about $15,000? Why did you earn more income for like half the views? Good question, simple answer. It turns out that many of the videos I posted in this second period of 90 days had higher advertising rates, as in how much advertisers will pay to put their ads on those videos. In particular, Tesla insurance video alone making a few $1,000s of income for that single month. Apparently, insurance is a really high paying keyword. In the following 90 days, the channel did 5.2 million views. It was a very slow start, late May to be honest. Behind the scenes, I was scrambling to pour every spare cent that I could into the stock market, in particular into Tesla stock. And if anyone wants to check how that worked out, check the Tesla stock price in May 2020, check it today, probably a good call. So I admit I was a little bit less active on YouTube, just there trying to organize a few massive investments, which turned out pretty well. Then head back down, posting consistently every other day or so, many of these videos reaching 50, 80 plus thousand views. Let's move over to the revenue now to see how that looks. Again, we can see an extremely quiet start to the month there. Days of $40 of revenue, $20, $24 of revenue, $23 of revenue, then a bit more of a spike. Some days going over $500, down, up, down, up, down, up. You can see the more consistently I post, generally speaking, the more consistent the revenue. Then a pretty big spike towards the end of the 90-day period as well. A few days here that broke $1,000 of revenue again, but I was also posting consistently. I think this $1,600 day I posted 3 individual videos on a single day, so you know, working my face off. What do you expect? So in its third 3-month period, this channel did an unbelievable $46,739 of ad revenue from 5.2 million views. This is the point where I thought to myself, dude, this simulation is stranger than anyone could possibly have imagined. What even is this? I mean, 10 months earlier I didn't even have a YouTube channel. Next minute, some random guy on the spectrum who's high all the time talking about Tesla stock is suddenly earning a really good income, despite the fact that he swears like a sailor, smokes weed, is obnoxious, arrogant, and a bit of a twat. And that's why you love me. And then this happened. In the following 90-day period, 8.7 million views, about 100,000 views on average per day. I was posting every single day, some days multiple videos, very, very consistent, just sharing my thoughts and opinions, doing as much as I could. I basically had absolutely no life for this period of 3 months, like literally no life. Let's have a look at the income. Very, very consistently over $1,000 a day during this period. There were some big spikes over $2,000. That's the first time there was an ad revenue day of over $2,000. I also cracked another $2,000 day here, and I posted 4 videos in a single day here to earn that $2,500 of revenue. So pretty much the entire month on average over $1,000 per day of ad revenue, a few spikes here and there, but this is just all coming down to consistency. So in its 10th, 11th and 12th month, this channel in total generated $107,033 of YouTube ad revenue from 8.7 million views. I stayed consistent, posting at least one video every single day, and in the following 90-day period, the channel received 7.2 million views in total, posting at least one video every single day. Many days I was posting 2, some days even 3 videos as well. Really just hustling non-stop, every waking hour, just dedicated to making content. Not a recommendation I prescribe to those of you watching at home. It is important to have a life, but hey, I'm pretty extreme. When I'm focused, I'm focused. It is what it is. In terms of revenue, many days over $1,000 here, a couple even over $2,000. Just keeping in mind, these were days where I was posting 3, 4 videos, which is not something I recommend trying at home unless you'll meet Kevin, and honestly, I do not know how the dude does it. Anyway, let's continue. So many days over $1,000 there, but I was working myself a little bit too hard, needed to sort of rest and recover a little bit lest I get burnt out. So I eased off the accelerator just a little bit here. Many of these days in the later part of this period here in the $500, $600, $800, $900 range rather than earlier in that period where they're well over $1,000. In this 90-day period, the channel earned $95,592 from 7.2 million views. And that brings us almost to the present day. I'm just going to extend that timing a little bit more so I capture the first 30 million views on this channel, and I can share exactly how much ad revenue YouTube paid me for those 30 million views. It took this channel approximately 16 months to reach 30 million views, from 20th of November 2019 when the channel was first created till the 22nd of March 2021. I was posting extremely consistently. I've posted over 400 videos in that period of time, just to give you guys some context. And here we are running through the channel's entire monetization history for those first 16 months, a few early viral videos helping get the word out there. You guys might notice, however, that around June, suddenly the ad revenue absolutely explodes on my videos. Now let's just compare views to revenue. You guys might notice a little bit of a discrepancy here. Views, revenue, views, revenue, views, revenue. Why on earth is there so much more revenue in this section here compared to the earlier part of the channel when the views are around the same? Sure, the views are higher here, but look at the discrepancy. I can describe this quite simply with 3 words: mid-roll ads. See, I didn't want to put these originally in my videos. I thought people would find them annoying. I mean, they do, but I thought they'd find them so annoying they'd stop watching the channel. And the truth is, the only people that complain about mid-roll ads so much they get so butthurt that they stop watching the channel is people who live in their mum's basement and can't afford YouTube Premium, and rather than deciding, you know what, I'll just earn a little bit more income, save up, buy YouTube Premium, etc., they cry in the comments on the YouTube channel and then cut off a great information source. Very smart move, right? Alright, I guess it's time to spill the beans. How much did YouTube pay me for the first 30 million views on this channel? The grand total comes to $306,317. And as we can see here, early days, the channel not monetized, then a few early videos, including Cybertruck is Engineering Genius, bringing in $100, $200, $300 or so dollars per day. Big spike from the Tesla insurance video, which again, insurance, the keywords around insurance for some reason, just really high ad rates. So that video punched well above its weight, so to speak. Quiet period heading into May while I was buying, doing everything I could to clean up in the stock market, then really put the head down and posting at least one video every single day since the middle of 2020, and of course many days with 2, 3 plus videos as well. Not something that's sustainable long term. I wish I could do that much content, I'd love to, but I can't quite keep it up. It's just not sustainable for me. I think realistically over the longer term, somewhere around that $700, $800 per day seems a more realistic and sustainable rate of ad revenue for this channel. So in total, the math is very simple here. Some of you guys may have heard of CPM, that's cost per milli. That is how much you get paid per 1,000 monetized playbacks on a video. However, the much more important metric is RPM. What's the difference between RPM and CPM? Well, see, CPM is per monetized playback. Somebody who has YouTube Premium doesn't count as a monetized playback, etc. If they don't see an ad, that's not a monetized playback. So RPM actually works out the total amount of ad revenue per 1,000 people watching the videos, including people who aren't seeing ads and who are. And that makes the math quite simple. For 30 million views at about a $10 RPM, that equals about $300,000 of revenue. Generally speaking, finance, investing, stock-related channels tend to have some of the higher ad rates on YouTube, which means overall the RPM on these types of channels, including mine, is likely to be much higher than an average YouTube channel, so just keep that in mind. You can see here over time my RPMs actually climbed a lot. In the early days of the channel, the RPMs $4, $3, $2, $3. But over time this has grown, part of that to do with the mid-roll ads, but I think YouTube has also started to understand that pretty much everything I talk about relates to stocks, investing, finance and money, whereas in the early days I'm not so sure that the YouTube algorithm really knew exactly what I was speaking about. We can see quite clearly here the RPMs these days somewhere around that $10 to $15 range, where early days of the channel less than $5. Something else that I learned after the fact, however, is that generally speaking, advertisers towards the end of the year, around November, December in particular, are trying to spend their advertising budgets in total. So often what you'll see is RPMs increase up into December and then fall off a cliff towards the end of the month and into January. And guess what? We see exactly that. We can see these RPMs spiking from 12, 13, 14, 15 plus dollars, then around mid to late December, going from $19 down to 15 to 10 and even below that as well. This is something that I wasn't accounting for, wasn't expecting. It's something that I've since learned, at least in the finance and investing space. So if you're a YouTuber and you're in this same sort of space, you can probably expect a similar thing to occur in the future as well. Generally speaking, ad rates in December in particular, super high, and then they'll tend to drop off enormously in January once people have spent their advertising budgets. And guys, this is the most juicy and valuable tip I've got in the entire video. I've never seen another YouTuber talk about that, even in the paid courses, and yes, I've done multiple. Even in these paid courses, I've never seen anybody share this nugget of gold. So if you're a YouTuber or you're just curious about how the algorithm works, pay very close attention. Things are about to get extremely meta. So I've discovered that the YouTube algorithm will automatically transcribe videos and try to understand what content is in that video, what subject, what category, where can we classify this, what type of advertisers would like to advertise against this video. The way that the algorithm does this is by transcribing it what it thinks it's heard in the video and then using those keywords. So for example, if I wanted you guys to see a mid-roll ad about insurance, which had a very high CPM, all I would need to do is use the word insurance multiple times in the next sentence, because each time I say the word insurance, the algorithm's transcribing and going, oh, insurance, he must be talking about insurance. It's time to play a mid-roll ad for none other than, that's right, insurance. Now, I'm willing to bet that quite a few of you, not everybody, but quite a few of you just saw an ad for insurance. The reason being that YouTube algorithm was looking around the time for the mid-roll ad I've placed and going, oh, insurance, 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 that keyword over and over and over. Probably talking about insurance, let's give them an ad that somebody's chosen to advertise against the keyword insurance. And so we can all play along at home. Let me know in the comments below if you did just get an ad for insurance, any kind, whether it was car insurance, life insurance, etc. The reason that happened is because of the keywords, because I literally said the word insurance like 4 trillion times. And the final tip I've got for you guys is around evergreen versus timely content. Regular viewers of the channel have probably noticed 99.9% of the videos I produce are very timely. In other words, they're relevant to today, but in a week, in 2 weeks, in 3 months, in 12 years, no one's going to give a shit. That means they have a very short lifespan and then they die. There's very few videos I've posted that are evergreen, meaning people can watch them today, in a year, in 5 years, and they'll still be just as relevant. In fact, let me show you guys the last 48 hours of analytics on my YouTube channel. We'll look at the date of all the videos posted that are getting the most views in the last 48 hours, and I'll really be able to emphasize this point. So this is the stats for the last 48 hours on the YouTube channel, almost 100,000 views. In the last 60 minutes, just over 1,000 views. We can see here, these are ordered by views in the last 48 hours, and we can see the publishing date here. Generally speaking, 27th of March, 26th, 25th, 24th. We can see these videos are basically getting more views the more recent they are, and the older they are, the less views. All of these videos here in March. We keep scrolling down, we find our first video that's not from March, June 2020. This video is still getting some views. Cybertruck will make Tesla billions. Now this video is a little bit of an anomaly because it's actually featured on my channel page. So every time anyone visits the channel page for solving the money problem, this automatically plays. So we can ignore this one. It's kind of getting some views that it's not really entitled to. You know, people aren't looking for it. They land on the channel page and it auto plays. However, Cybertruck is engineering genius. This isn't featured on the channel page. This is the first legitimate evergreen video, still getting over 100 views in the last 48 hours despite being posted in November 2019. Then again, it did reach over 1 million views, so this is understandable. The second evergreen video I've got here, How Hedge Funds Manipulate Stocks, featuring Jim Cramer. This is from back in August 2020, still getting some views. We've also got Elon Musk's Psychedelic Secret, the very first video I posted on this channel, still getting plenty of views. Maybe a little bit of those views are from people looking at the channel page and sorting videos from oldest to newest, but realistically I think a lot of this is actually from search traffic. If we scroll down a little further, we can also see, funnily enough, one of Elon Musk's videos relating to education, still getting some views. I've also made a video about passive income that's still ticking along. That's from March 2020. Also, another video, this is very meta, how much YouTube paid me for 20 million views. This is still getting a few views as well. We can even see the Tesla Semi video still punching well above its weight. I just want to show you guys an example of what can happen with one of these evergreen videos, maybe two. This is a really interesting video because after posting initially, basically the video had died. Then suddenly, we had the GameSpot, Robinhood, short selling saga, and suddenly a lot more interest from people wanting to learn about how hedge funds manipulate the stock market. The title of this video, How Hedge Funds Manipulate the Stock Market. And a lot of search traffic now accounting for a lot of these views. We can see a crazy spike out of nowhere, the big drama, and then suddenly a lot more people discovering this video organically. This is one example of a semi-evergreen video. It just so happens a lot of people were looking for it. It's given it a boost and a second lease on life. But this is the kind of video that people can watch in 5 or 10 years and it will still be relevant. This is another example of another boost in a video. I posted this passive income video originally, then the views tapered off around 70,000. Then suddenly around June 2020, a lot more people looking for or getting recommended passive income videos got a second lease on life as well. And finally, I just want to show you guys an example of a genuinely evergreen video rather than a big spike here and a second lease on life. This video, the very first I posted on this channel, Elon Musk's Psychedelic Secret, seeing consistent increases in views over time. If you had a channel built primarily on evergreen videos, this is what their typical views would look like. The trajectory would just keep consistently ticking up over time. And that's what you call passive income. Post a video, a year or two later, it's still paying you. Unfortunately for me, 99.9% of the videos I post aren't evergreen. In fact, they look exactly like this. Very different, isn't it? We can see in the first day and a half, lots of notifications, people checking their recommendations, etc. Then the video basically dies. Look at this. After 2 days and 12 hours, this video at 58,000 views. If I run forward another 20 plus days, it's at 61,000 views. Basically everything happening in those first few days. This is what a timely video looks like. Huge spike initially, then no one gives a shit. And I promised to tell you guys exactly how I've spent/invested all of this YouTube ad revenue. So regular viewers of the channel can probably already guess this one. All in on Tesla stock. And when I say all in, I mean all in, every dollar. Yeah, I didn't actually put any money aside for tax, but that was intentional because the buying opportunity in Tesla stock, I'll just pay interest on my late tax bill. I hope no one from the tax office is watching. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this behind the scenes look at how much YouTube paid me for 30 million views. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think that YouTube advertising rates are reasonable at this point in time? Do you think over time they might increase, especially as people move away from traditional media more towards the likes of YouTube? Do you think I'm being paid too much or too little? I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. And don't forget, if you'd like to help out the channel and get up to 2 free stocks, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account, you'll get 1 free stock valued up to $250 just for opening an account. And if you fund your account with $100, you'll get a second free stock valued up to $1,600. And if you're in Australia, the UK or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake also using the link in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I read all your comments. P.S. If you're still watching, you're awesome. If you'd like early access, exclusive videos, regular Q&As, our private Discord server and more, consider supporting the channel at patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem so I can keep creating content for you guys. There's a link in the description. You can now also become a member of the channel for some exclusive perks. To learn more, click the join button next to subscribe. And don't forget to check out our merch store. Either way, the best form of support is you being here and watching, so thanks again.